Hello, welcome to Tech Talks. So here we will be studying about single phase rectifier fed DC drive. So I have taken one DC machine. So it is DC machine. I have put a preset value. Configuration is preset value. Okay, it is available over here. You can also put your own parameters by putting no over here and then going to parameter and putting all those parameters. But for this parameter, I am putting a preset value. There is a mechanical input is torque load. So I have put a small amount of torque over here, load torque over here. Now and also I have taken 4 thyristors, connected them in standard configuration as available, and this one is the AC source. The AC source I have taken as 377 volt 50 hertz. So it's a 50 hertz AC volt, 50 hertz, 377 volt. 377 is peak voltage. Okay, and so I will be connecting this thyristor with this motor. I will be connecting it through an ammeter so that I could check out that what current goes through this armature. So this is the connection. The armature, negative terminal of the armature will be connected to the negative, and this field of this DC machine I will be connecting parallel to the armature. Also I will be connecting a voltmeter over here so that I can check out that what voltage appears across the ammeter. Now in this converter, thyristor 1 and thyristor 2, these two will operate at the same time. So these are the gate pulses. So I will put thyristor 1 and thyristor 2 connected to the same gate pulse, and thyristor 3 and thyristor 4, this will be connected to the other gate pulse. This is thyristor 4 and this is thyristor 3. Thyristor 3. So this forms our power circuit of this drive. Now going to the control circuit, that how from where this gate pulse will be generated. For that what I have done, for that I have taken a sine wave of 1 magnitude and 50 hertz frequency, and I have put a with zero crossing detector, compared it with a zero signal. So how it will be showing you. So you could see very well that in this positive half cycle this is 1, and in this negative half cycle this is 0. So whenever the signal is positive, then it will show 1. Whenever the signal is negative, it will show 0. Okay, and now this one, and I have also taken a repetitive sequence, and the time values I have set is half of 50 hertz, that is 10 millisecond. 0, 10 millisecond, the output values will be 0 to 1. Okay, now how it would look like, it will be better if I show you with comparing with this sine wave. So as you can see that this is the sine wave. From here to here it is half cycle, and here is the triangle that is going from 0 to 1, and from 0 to 1 in the for the negative half cycle. the negative half cycle. Now this is my angle, that is the firing angle. This is my firing angle. Okay, I have put a gain over here so that the magnitude reduces to 1. That means 1 is 180 degree, value 1 is 180 degree, and 0 is 0 degree, and the angle linearly rises. So I have compared it with this one. The triangle is compared it with the angle. So the output will be how that I will show you. So this is the triangle, this is the comparison. I will take 1 or 2 cycles. So this is the triangle. I have put the value over here is what? The value over here is 0.33 335, less than 0.335. So whenever the value is more than this one, that means at this point, then it will be showing 1 and the rest part will be 0. Okay, so this is the positive half cycle here, and if I put a knot over here, then it will be the negative half cycle. That means negative half cycle will be plus, and the plus and the positive half cycle will be 0. Now I have compared it, we have put a logical AND between these two signals and between these two signals. So this one forms the switching pulse of gate 1 and 2, and this one forms the switching pulse of gate 3 and 4. And I have put this gate pulses over here. Now we will see the voltage and current waveforms of the armature. So this is the voltage waveform, this one is the current waveform, and also we will see that what is our supply voltage. So this is the replica of the supply voltage, or the magnitude is 1. We just consider that the magnitude of the supply voltage is 377. Okay, and I am comparing it with gate pulse of switches 1. Of switch 1 2, I am comparing it with the gate pulse of. So how it would look like, let us see. So here, as you could see, that this is our supply voltage, that is this one supply voltage, and we are firing the thyristors at angle 60 degree. We're firing the thyristors at angle 60 degree. So this is our 60 degree. This is the gate pulse firing angle. Okay, in the next half cycle, the other 3-4 thyristors will be fired. So in this zone, no 1 and 2 thyristors will be fired. So this is 0. Okay, 1 and 2 thyristors will be fired again when in the next cycle 60 degree. So this is the value. Then we have put what? We have put the output voltage. That means the DC motor terminal voltage. So DC motor terminal voltage will be looking like this one. Okay, so if we could see that here, whenever the firing pulse come, this one follows this waveform, follows this waveform from here to here. From here to here, it follows this waveform. And in DC motor, as you could know, that DC motor is actually RLE load. So that E, where we are getting that value of E here. This one is the value of E, back EMF. Okay, so the waveform follows like this, the voltage waveform follows like this. Okay, now next, whenever the firing pulse comes over here, okay, at that point of time the current starts rising. You see, from here only the current starts rising. Okay, at this point the thyristor gets turned off because of this E, right? So you could see that the current through the armature also gets turned off at this point. Okay, so you have seen that waveform of 60 degree. Now we will proceed a little. We will see the waveform of 75 degree. That what will happen when the waveform is 75 degree. Okay, now we are ready to see. So we will zoom this one so that we could study it thoroughly. 2-3 cycles. So here you see that when the firing angle is 75 degree, this part rises, and from here it follows the supply voltage. Right? So here the same thing happens, only on the firing angle this one shifted, right? And the current also follows the same pattern. We will do another one, that is we will find out what happens when the firing angle is 90 degree. So let us see what happens. Firing angle is 90 degree. So when the firing angle is 90 degree, let us take 2-3 cycles. So when the firing angle is 90 degree, this is the firing angle, then the same thing happens, but just notice that this point reaches 0. This tip reaches 0. Okay, the current pattern and voltage pattern are also same. So that's all for today's session. Thank you.